Softball, JC3 here, the baller of YouTube. Will Kobe be traded? Look at that headline. Howard wins it for the West in the All-Star game. Lillard takes the three-point crown, and somehow I won the dunk contest without even participating. Only the general could do that. KD 7s are going on for this game. Also in the headlines today was the Kevin Love trade. It's been in the news, in the media, in the hype reel ever since LeBron went back to Cleveland on July 11th, it seems. And before we get into the impact of this trade on the league, let's give you the details of the trade. So, Kevin Love went to the Cavs from the Timberwolves, and in exchange from the Cavs, the Timberwolves received this year's #1 overall pick, Andrew Wiggins, last year's #1 overall pick, Anthony Bennett, and from the 76ers, the Timberwolves received Thad Young, and the 76ers received from the Timberwolves Luka Mbah-a-Moute and Alexei Shved, and a 2015 first-round pick. This is a big trade, but I think the 76ers lost out here. They really didn't get anything for giving up Thaddeus Young. Now, they do have Nerlens Noel, and they also have Joel Embiid, who they drafted this year with their 3rd overall pick. So I believe this is the reason why the 76ers decided to give up Thad Young, because they already have their 2 big men established there in the city of brotherly love. Now, the big winner for me in this trade is the Timberwolves. The sports section of the Pioneer Press already last Sunday had it right. Everyone knew this trade was going to happen, and they had a picture all down in a row, going up and down. They had Andrew Wiggins, Anthony Bennett, Thad Young, and Zach LaVine. Now that's exciting. That's exciting young talent right there. I want to play with the Timberwolves in 2K15. I want to play with that team. And the big advantage for all these teams that are stacking up on young talent right now is that in a couple years, they're going to be a playoff contender. This year, no way. They're not going to make the playoffs. But let's look at it this way. Kobe Bryant's not going to play for the rest of his life. He's probably going to retire in about 1 or 2 years. Probably 2 to be exact. And then Kevin Durant could be on his way out in 2016 to Washington, D.C. to play with the Wizards. So you never know. Big shakeups could happen out in the West, including these 2 that I just mentioned, Kobe and Durant. But it gives a big advantage to these teams who are stacking up on young talent right now. Timberwolves are going to have a legitimate chance to make the playoffs in about 2 years. If they can survive the tough stretch over these next 2 years, they might not win many games. Not going to make the playoffs. Or they might win a lot of games and be right on the verge of making the playoffs but missing it, kind of like the Phoenix Suns did this year. That team is going to be good. Watch out for them, because they could make a splash in a couple years. Now let's talk about the biggest team that's getting the most media attention in this trade, and that's LeBron James Cavaliers. They have now got the dynamic triple pair in Kyrie Irving, Kevin Love, and LeBron James, and now they're a legitimate title contender. And if I had to make an early guesstimate, like preseason, who's going to be in the finals, I'm picking the Spurs and the Cavs. I don't really know who else is going to challenge them, unless Kevin Durant can pull off something more unbelievable than he did last year, which I don't really know is possible, but he's got to do it in the playoffs. And if the Clippers, they can't get past the Spurs, so they didn't even get past the Thunder this year. So I just don't see anyone taking down the Spurs. And no team has really gained in the West besides Minnesota. Minnesota's the only one who's made big shakeups in the West. Everything else is pretty much the same. So I'm seeing the Spurs and the Cavs in the finals already, but you never know what could happen. You never know what could happen. That's a good thing. That's why you got to play the season, play the playoffs. But in the East, I think it's a pretty much a lock for the Cavs, unless they just can't figure out the chemistry. They've got all the talent. They've got the pieces. Dynamic triple pair. They got waiters, a couple other compliments there. I don't really know what else could happen there, but let me know what you think about this trade in the comments section below. And look at this veteran play. Oh my goodness. This was just such a great play. I knew Oladipo would come flying in after that Tony Parker pass to me from the wing because he was helping out. I was looking straight at the rim when I went up for that jump shot, and then I just dumped it off the splitter for easy layup. That's just so nice. Look at that basketball IQ. I just knew Oladipo was gonna come in there. And look at this, is just so nice. I'm looking straight at the rim. Like a boss, I just feed it off the splitter, easy layup. And it doesn't end there. At the end of the game, this is a pretty close game. We almost get a steal right here. The CPU comes in again, bad pass. Why not put it up? It goes off the rim. Kawhi Leonard gets it back to me for a three. Yak yak! Look at that play. Look at that. I'm joshing the CPU. There's nothing they can do about it. I just launched it from full court. CPU got joshed. Oh my gosh. Let's go. Squad JC3, stay tuned for more videos coming soon. Leave your feedback in the comment section below. Subscribe, like, tell your friends, and follow me at the links on your screen. JC3 out.